All right. Hello out there, YouTube. What's going on, everyone? It is DDunn here. I am the Average Gaming Dad. First off, just want to quickly thank everyone for the support on the first couple episodes. This is episode 3. Episode 2, we did stream for almost 7 hours. It was a long one, but I had a blast. Ended up after it was published, so this is after I was live, 39 views for a total of 4 hours of watch time. For me, in a channel of my size, it's really good. So to me, that's an indication that you guys are enjoying this. Hopefully, you will continue to enjoy it because I continue to make it, or I continue to enjoy making it. With that, if you are new watching this after I am live and you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing, liking the video, all that good stuff. Leave me a comment. Let me know what I can do better or what you like, what you don't like, all of that. I'm more than happy to take criticism or praise, of course. And then lastly, if you are really, really enjoying it, I have started linking my, or started putting my Cash App and Venmo in the comment section. If you guys are generous enough to enjoy this content and want to donate to improve the quality of the streams in the future, like a new microphone, a better headset, a long ways away, but like gaming PC, something like that, all that stuff would be greatly appreciated. But certainly not asking for donations, but just letting you know that that is there. I'm just going to quickly get the stream on my phone and check the audio level. Okay. Just because I was streaming some Warzone, so if you like Warzone, you can always go check out that. And the audio was pretty. I didn't realize, but there was a really bad audio imbalance. So I'm just gonna up the audio on my microphone really quickly. We're back, and it's time to dig in. We won't be streaming for 7 hours today. I do have stuff that I got to get to in a few hours, but until then, let's start off with a quick recap because over 7 hours we did a lot. So we covered May, June, and July baseball, or at least June and July. We did the minor league showcase where we player locked with some minor leaguers to see kind of the future of the team. We did the draft. We did the trade deadline. So let's quickly go over the moves that we made to set up, hopefully, this franchise for success. So if I go to trades and then I just do the White Sox. All right, so mid-June, we got Paul Sewald from the Guardians for Andrew Benintendi. Benintendi was costing us $15 million a year for the next 2 years in addition to this one, and he was performing very poorly. So we shipped him off to the Guardians, even though it was an inter-division trade, right? The Guardians in our division, yes. We don't have a problem facing him, and we get a solid reliever, which our bullpen needed a bunch of help, so we feel good about that. Then a couple weeks later, we get starting pitcher Cooper Hjerp, short safety. Oh my God, I'm mixing Madden in here. Not strong safety, shortstop JJ Weatherholt, and relief pitcher Sem Rebhurst from the Cardinals for Luis Robert Jr. He was not playing well. He's continued to not play well. His best year was his rookie year, and he's only gone downhill from there. The Cardinals are renowned for developing young talent, so we shipped him over there. By far, our best, highest-rated player, but we got 2 pitchers with C potential and a shortstop with B potential. So we have 3 future prospects instead of 1 who's not playing well, but maybe can somewhere else. We also got catcher Henry Davis from the Pirates for first baseman Joey Gallo. Henry Davis is fairly young. I don't remember his potential. I think it's a C or a B. He's not hitting well, but he has the potential to kind of turn the bat around. We get Eli Morgan from the Cubs for one of our other center field prospects, Dominic Fletcher, who I just didn't feel had a ceiling that I think he actually had like B or C potential. But just the ratings I was looking at, it's just not really a fit for our organization anymore. And then lastly, we traded away contending player for reliever of the year, James Karinchak, who is getting older. and he just can go on to do bigger and better things with an organization that's closer to winning now than we are. Him, JD Martinez, and one of our like D prospect outfielders for center fielder Estuary Ruiz from the A's. Just as an A's fan, I know personally he actually protested the move out of Oakland and he was punished for it, even though at the time he was playing really well, hitting like 350 on the team, just playing really well. And he was sent down to the minors inexplicably after, protesting the team move. So doesn't seem like the A's wanted him, so we took him. We traded some old players, a prospect, and our highest performing player for him. And so now he's an everyday outfielder for us. We also had the draft, and I kind of blew it. At first, when I first looked at the draft class, and I saw we didn't, at best was an 84 potential, I thought we had absolutely tanked the draft. But come to find out, it just seems like prospects in this. Hi, Eric Rose. Appreciate you joining the stream, bud. It just really seems like they've kind of nerfed prospects around a little bit. We also got a little unlucky on where we fell in some of these potential grades. So we found some guys that are probably going to be solid in the future compared to other teams in the draft. I would say, I'll just quickly run through these. You can see most of the players are C, occasionally a B, and then there's only a few A potential guys in this entire draft, let alone getting multiple A potential guys on one team. We were less than 10 potential rating points, whatever you want to call it, away from having multiple B potential players. Just didn't fall that way. We got a little unlucky, but like I said, if you look, most teams kind of did what we did. A couple landed, some good prospects, but for the most part, our draft was on par or a little bit better than most of the teams. So I feel pretty good overall. However, the big miss was on Jose Franco or Franco. I don't know how to pronounce that. From Venezuela, so maybe Franco. He was our first pick. We got him at 10. He was a discovered prospect, and he looked elite. And then I realized after the fact of drafting him that he was injured. So his overall is hurt in the short term, and his overall potential tanked. So the scouted potential was actually, before the draft, was 80-something to 90-something. He looked like a surefire B to A potential player that was going to be like a 65 or something, 70 overall. Ended up taking a big hit. So that one was on me. I did not realize. We still ended up signing him. We paid him $4 million to sign, even though we knew that he was not the player that we thought. And 71 potential is not high, but given where we're at on our team, his defense is average. He's got decent speed, really good on the base paths. He can hit lefties really well. He looks like a guy that will probably get on base pretty well with that vision and discipline. So even though he was kind of a miss and frankly, just my fault, still a guy that could probably play every day for us just because of how bad the team is. Outside of that, Shannon Suggs is a 66 overall. He's only 21. He's got big power. Really good speed. Defense is terrible, but really good speed in the outfield. And I just really attracted to that, high power, 66 and 71 respectively versus lefties and righties at 21. Get that discipline, get that vision up and a little bit of contact. He's going to be hitting really well. Kyle Duff plays third and first. Profile's the same, but just a little bit more of a project. He's 3 years younger, but 10 overall points behind Shannon Suggs. Then we had Jamie Rodriguez, a starting pitcher, B potential. So that was really good. We did end up getting 3 B potential guys. Starting pitcher, we got him round 4, a lefty, which we need. Huge velo guy, doesn't walk, doesn't give up a ton of home runs. So he should be successful, but it's probably going to be a while till he's MLB ready. Then Art Harrington, a relief pitcher. He looks pretty even across the board, decent velo, decent break, but still, like I said, long-term project, only 57 overall. And then lastly, Marcelo Mesa, who we got in the last round, and he actually looks really good. Profiles as a long reliever with 45 stamina and really good hit per nine. Could probably play next year in the reliever role. So there was the draft. There was the trades. Now, what are we doing? Right now, we're kind of looking for hope. We're looking for the young guys that we do have to step up, to make an impact. We got 2 months. We're no shot at making the playoffs. But it's been a long intro. Let's just kind of let's get some games under our belt for the next few hours and kind of see where the team lands. We may end up going ahead and simming, depending on how many games we get in. We might just go ahead and simulate the remainder of the season. The next episode will be the off season. But what are we going to play? We play one interdivision, one out of division game every episode at least. I'm looking at Detroit here, interdivision. They're actually playing really well, and we haven't played them yet. So I think we're going to play Detroit, and then I think let's go and play. Goodness, I have the hiccups a little bit. We'll go and play the Yankees, or they will come to us. But I think those are the games I like. So let's get to it. We will sim until then. All right, we got a AAA injury, out for 1 to 2 months with a broken hand, Owen White. So let's put him on the 60-day. We do have high leverage situations on, so we will play those. We are down by 1. We have the Angels are down by 1. They have 2 runners on. And we did trade away the leading contender for reliever of the year. So someone's got to step up in that role. Don't know who it's going to be. Penn Murphy is the closer that we have listed.
No ball, 1 strike.
Angels, not a great team. So,
0-2.
We're not competing at the upper level, but neither are they. So it's kind of like battle of the bottom of the barrel. Looks like we're going to get a double play here, but we don't turn it. We don't end up turning the double play. Mickey Moniak with enough speed legs that one out. So runners on the corner. We're up by 1. We need 1 more out. I think we're going to throw some sinkers. That one left way too high up in the zone. We got to really bury that thing, get a ground ball, and get out of this one. 0-2, we don't have to give Rengifo anything to hit. We're going to hit him with the little slurve action. We do get the ground ball. Easy play to first, and we get a win against another struggling team. But we'll take all the wins that we can. Andrew Vaughn was 2 for 5 with a home run. He's playing well this year. Henry Davis, the catcher that we traded for, 2 for 4 with a double. And Ruiz, our new trade prospect, 3 for 4 with an RBI. So good to see our bats get going. 12 hits in total, 11 runs. We scored 7 in the first. Okay. Feel really good about that. All right. Like I say, we're going to get on to this Detroit series, and now we have another high leverage situation here. We are again up by 1 against the Mariners in the bottom of the 9th. We got 1 runner on base, and we're going to look to put this one away. We are in the bottom 3rd at virtually every category. Thing is, the Mariners are a lot better than the Angels. J.P. Crawford, good player, hitting 226.
1 strike.
So average, a little below average.
Ball, low.
And 1 out here. No double play option with only 1 away and a runner on second. And Crawford putting together a pretty patient at bat. The slurve seems to be very effective. So let's see if we can get a ground ball, swing and miss. He waves at it, but just makes contact. Only 90 on the four-seamer. So it's not like we can just blow one past him. Maybe we go inside fastball and we get the pop-up. Crawford sat down and pinned Murphy, looking for another save under his belt.
That's a ball.
Victor Robles hitting 250.
1-1.
Whiffs on the sinker. And again,
1-2.
I feel like you got to know we're going to hit him with a little slurve action. And a swing and miss over the top of the slurve. Some good pitching from Murphy. So good to see that. Talkman goes 3 for 4 with the homer. Corey Julks 1 for 4 with the homer. Ruiz only 1 of 4. But as long as he's not going hitless, if you go 1 for 4 every single game, that's a solid year for a major leaguer. All right, so 2 really close games that we win, back-to-back saves for our closer as well. All right, so we are down 2 in this time, 2 outs, bases loaded. Austin Slater at the plate. I'd be lying if I said I knew who that was. He's hitting 304. Is this real life? Oh, right. Because we traded away. Right. We had to bring some guys up. So only 19 at-bats. But hitting well. A triple on his line, too. Oh, I also forgot. We switched because I was testing out another franchise, just playing for fun when I don't have hours to stream, and I just really enjoy playing this game. So, but I had it on zone hitting, so we'll go back to timing based hitting, and have to get a hit against Emmanuel Clase. We do have 6-mile-an-hour wind. I don't think with 44 power. I don't think we're crushing one out of here. But it could help us drive one. Fastball down the middle at 100. Probably our best opportunity at a hit. But we want a patient at bat. Unlikely that Clase issues a walk in this situation. But if we can get a free pass, obviously we'd take one.
Ball 3. Full count.
Especially with Nick Maton up the bat behind him. And that one gets through. One runner is home. The second runner comes home. We tie the game. Austin Slater with a 2-run single. Just pokes the opposite field between first and second. And they're going to pull Clase. You're hoping for an Orioles win tomorrow? Best of luck to you. All right. So now we're going to face off against Cade Smith. Maton swinging at the first pitch. That's got to be good timing. No, that was too early. That's wild. That one hit fairly well. I mean, a four-seamer right down the middle. And a fly out to center. Okay, Andrew. Okay, Andrew. Hope is on the way, and all you know that the Stros are going to win tomorrow. Best of luck to you, my friend. Best of luck to you. All right, so after tying it, we simulate, and it's not looking good. We got Boozer on the bump. Do we have anyone warmed up? We don't. In fact, we only have 2 relievers left. In the off chance that one of these guys can get in, we'll probably get Cam Boozer off the mound. Bases loaded, 1 out. All we need is a ground ball double play to get out of it.
No. 1 ball, no strike.
That's what we're playing for.
Hee-haw! 1 ball, 1 strike.
So they go with the suicide. They go with the suicide squeeze. He misses the bunt. And the runner committed to home plate was out by a mile. That's kind of crazy.
Ball 2.
But that's a big win for us because now a pop-up doesn't turn into a sacrifice fly.
2-2.
All right. 2-2. We can still kind of waste a pitch if we need to. We're going to try and dot one up and out. It's fouled off. And a sweeping curve. Goes down swinging. We get the punchy. We get out of the jam. Assisted by a bad base running play. We're going to try and send this one out. And we walk it off. Slater gets the walk-off after tying the game in the bottom of the 9th. He comes back in the 12th for the RBI. Ruiz goes 3 for 6. Slater 3 for 6. Michael Taylor 3 for 3 with a homer. Okay. And I think that's now like 4 wins in a row for the squad. Watch out. We might only end up being 20 games out of the wild card. No. We actually... I thought we were like around here. We lost 3 in a row there. But we won 2 in a row, which is an accomplishment. All right. So I did say we wanted to take on one of these games versus Detroit. We can pitch with Eder, Perez? Why did I say it like that? Perez or Gibson? So just looking for someone that we want to continue to work to develop, someone that's likely going to be with the organization for a while, so we want to get the absolute most out of him, and that's pretty much only Jake Eder. He's only 26. He's the only lefty. No, he's not the only lefty. Perez is the lefty, but he's 33. Our only young lefty. So let's see if we can get some development in. He's not having a great year. 5 ERA and a 1.5 whip is not good. Has given up 94 hits in 82 innings. But we are going to do our best to have a good outing with him. We are going to play the full game here. Oh boy, that team average 230 is just not going to cut it. They added some new uniforms. It was these ones, I think, the Road 87s. But I like the alternates. I like the South Side. And oh my goodness, the team is absolutely gassed. Everyone is exhausted. So we're going to need some subs here. All right. Dahlbeck is going to come in and play. Is going to play short. And And, you know, I don't like this, but Terrell Tatum is going to take over from Michael Taylor in the outfield. Good enough defensively, but I'm going to be a little surprised if he can hit the ball. All right. Rojas will just have to play tired. Yeah. Also, our first look at chance to hit with Estuary Ruiz, one of our recent trade pieces. Hopefully do well with him. Surprising number of fans here in the south side of Chicago I mean, we've already won 20 more games, or roughly 20 more games than last year. So that's a big win. We have already eclipsed our win total, and we still have 2 months to play. Eder on the bump. We got a four-seamer, a cutter, a changeup, and a curveball. Probably going to go four-seamer up and in. Go cutter away. Changeup away. And we start off with a first pitch strike. And that is a hard liner out to left. Julks is under it. Normally, when I'm doing rebuilds playing MLB The Show, I could care less about defensive stats. But here in Chicago, I feel like the outfield is huge. I could be wrong about that, but it feels like we're going to need, at the very least, some speed in the outfield. Okay. Jake Eder absolutely painting on the corners.
That ball's foul.
Actually really like a front door cutter here.
Ball.
Keith thought about it. Maybe run one out of the zone, kind of like a little slider action. It gets Keith. He goes down swinging. And our first strikeout of the game with Jake Eder. So far, some hard hit balls, but no damage done. Diving effort from Rojas. Can't make the play. Good enough play from Julks in the outfield. Holds Green at first. And the first runner on for Spencer Torkelson. Having a decent year, hitting .249.
Hey!
And we got him 0-2.
0-2.
Bury a curveball in dirt. See if he'll go for it.
Ball. That's a ball.
Okay. Hangs in there, fouling off the high fastball. Ooh, and a good cutter. Swings through it. And that's a pretty solid inning for Eder, who's been struggling this year with a 5 ERA we saw heading into the game. And facing off against Casey Mize. Maybe someone we can get at. slightly above average ERA, and Rojas is going to take the first pitch, driven out to right, bounces off the wall, and we have a lead-off double with Josh Rojas. His 12th double of the year. And Ruiz hitting .250, making him one of our best hitters. He has great clutch rating, which is one of the reasons why I really liked him. So putting him in the 2-hole. And so far we have seen 2 pitches and earned a total of 4 bases between the 2 runners. Off to a really hot start, and now Mike Talkman, our best hitter by far.
That's up. That's a ball.
Hitting .279 with runners on the corner. Now, I do not control the runners. We leave that to the first and third base coach.
2-0.
Meaning, like, I want it to be ratings based, and I don't want to be making all the calls. But as manager, I'd probably be looking for Ruiz to steal second here at some point.
That missed. That's the ball.
We might have a bases loaded situation very soon. 3-1. We're not taking all the way.
Strike 2. Full count.
That was pretty good. Decent ball to swing at, but...
He's out.
Oh! Ruiz really fast, or at least pretty fast, but not fast enough. Is that Javi Baez? Gets to throw to second, and then the throw from second is offline. So we don't get a double play. We score a run. That's about a big of a win as you can get, I think, given that situation. Ooh. Good slider.
0-2. One, two.
That one way out of the zone. Not a very competitive pitch. That one I think we were out ahead of. First strikeout for Casey. Yeah, just too early on the slider. And Julks going after the first pitch. Little inside out swing on the low fastball. Fly out to right, but a successful inning. We get one across right off the rip. Something we don't do often, but something that we can feel pretty good about. This one looks like it's going to find foul territory. And it does.
That's a ball.
All right, Matt Vierling fouling off everything so far. That's kind of what we're missing from Eder right now, is that swing and miss stuff.
2-2.
But if we want that changeup to work, we're going to have to throw fastballs low. If we want the curveball to work, we need to get some high fastballs. So I feel like with this pitch mix, everything revolves around the fastball. Behind on the cutter. We're going to send him a challenge fastball up and in. And there's some swing and miss. We burned 94 past him up at the top of the zone. So far, Eder looking good. Another swing and miss.
0-1. Drag deuce.
Okay.
Here.
Beautiful. Back-to-back strikeouts for Eder. That one a backwards K. Oh, the umpire cam. Hello. I like what we're seeing here.
Hoo-yah.
Detroit having a pretty good season, but so far have not really seen a lot of high averages from their batters. So maybe it's their pitching that's carrying them. I'm not sure. But that is a 1-2-3 inning for Eder. 2 solid innings of baseball so far. Only 1 hit allowed and no runs. Let's see what we can do. First inning, Casey Mize just piped his fastballs down the middle. And we made him pay. Bobby late on that one. 97 though. It's not like we're not looking at some good velo.
No, that's high.
I mean, that one should have been crushed. We're a little early on it.
He's out.
Slider left up in the zone. Dahlbeck, one of our young guys. He's got a ways to go. But he's a good... He's showing some signs here and there.
Hee-haw.
Next year is probably going to be year of the rookies. I imagine we're going to have a lot of really young guys playing on this roster, depending on what free agency looks like. But Lennon Sosa, nice hard hit ball out to the opposite field. Drives into the corner right. That's another double. Doesn't always have to be good timing to get a hit. Late timing and early timing swings will get you hits, often a lot more than good timing hits, at least from my experience. As we get a good timing foul off.
That's a ball.
Here's one of our other trade pieces, Henry Davis. Let's take a look at him real quick. So not the best contact skills, really good discipline. So, gets on base at a much higher rate than his average, although it's still only 263, which is not great. But he's also really good behind the plate, athletic enough that he can play some corner outfield. Excuse me, Jesus.
Ball, that's outside.
But again, just another young player that we have in our arsenal to hopefully build something for the future. Pops up here. And another fastball right down the middle. And now Terrell Tatum, a guy that's, doesn't really have a lot of talent now. We were kind of forced to give him an opportunity here at the majors due to, just kind of thinning out some of our veteran guys, moving them onto teams where they have a better chance of winning. And so opportunity there.
0-1.
And it's a fly out.
Nope, ball.
Up here with Eder versus
1-1.
Andy Ibanez.
No, that missed.
Eder's done a really good job so far this game of getting ahead of batters, getting ahead in the count. And that one gets roped out into left. Julks misplays it off the bounce. Can't really blame him for that. That was just kind of a weird bounce. So Ibanez with a leadoff double. And now Javi Baez. Renowned swinger of bad balls. And doesn't even try to make it to first. You gotta love it. Player just absolutely giving up on the play. And we're back up to the top of the lineup with Zach McKinstry.
Ball outside.
He's early on the changeup, which means it seems like he's looking for a fastball. We'll go curveball.
2-2.
He takes. Hopefully that set up the high fastball,
Ball.
but not that high. A little too much.
Ball count.
Not a competitive pitch.
Ball four. Take your
That
base.
one, I mean, if we could challenge it, that would have technically been strike 3. But we don't get the call. And now on to Colt Keith. Let's see if we can get a double play here and end the inning.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Our first bit of trouble with 2 on.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And some good defense at short. Gets that one on a line. Eder looking to get out of this jam. We've been locating the curveball pretty well. So I think we're going to actually start off with that. Try and get a strike.
Ball.
I need that fastball to paint. We're missing a little bit. Oh, that one hit pretty well. But Julks is under it. Fields it cleanly. And we leave 2 stranded. Really happy with the pitching so far. Let's see if our offense can get something going. Tigers in the last 10 games only 3-7, so maybe slipping a little bit. They beat the Angels, the Twins, the Phillies. Got absolutely decimated by the Twins. Got blanked. And gave up 10. Rojas, who had the leadoff double. And crushes one here! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pack your bags. Next stop, Pound Town. Like we said, Casey Mize absolutely chucking fastballs down the middle. And Josh Rojas gets his 6th home run of the year. Only 96 off the bat, so not hits like, we see balls get hit a lot harder than that. But 382 feet. Beautiful.
No, that's outside.
And you got to get excited when you got struggling players getting a little bit better every at bat. Ruiz, who is 0 for 1 so far, or sorry, 1 for 1 so far, but did get picked at second on a double play attempt.
2-2.
Better contact versus lefties than righties,
Full count.
but we have him hitting second versus righties, so we hopefully have a player on in scoring position so we get that high clutch rating benefit. Ooh, and a really good slider from Mize. Ruiz out in front of it, ends up swinging on what would have ultimately been ball 4. So he is now 1 for 2 with a strikeout on his line.
1-0.
And that one hit right back up the middle. Casey Mize again employing the strategy of throwing fastballs down the middle. It's not a good strategy, but it's one that we're happy to have employed. Vaughn had an opportunity there, but just mistimes it. And there is out number 2. So 1 on, 2 out. Julks, we've seen make a couple defensive plays so far out and left. And he's going to hit this one pretty hard. It's pretty deep out in the left at the wall. Caught. Gave that one a good ride. But damage done by Josh Rojas. All right, here we are in the 4th. Eder threw 3 complete innings at 54 pitches. Has given up 3 base runners so far, I believe. So not bad. And Detroit's best player, Spencer Torkelson, goes down on the curve. That curveball's been pretty nasty today. And I am loving the StatCast. This makes me feel like I'm watching a game, and you just look at the way those pitches are tunneled. That was a great pitch sequence from Eder. Using the fastball to set up the curve, and now trying to use that fastball to set up the changeup.
1-1.
But not located particularly well there. We definitely don't have the kind of control that we would like to see out of that changeup. It's wide, it's left up.
Ball. Foul ball.
But this is where we really need some swing and miss stuff. This would definitely help Eder get deeper into games. Ooh. That one just catches the zone. 6K now. Beautiful. Now facing off against Parker Meadows. Looking to make this another 1-2-3 inning. I gotta say, the curve has worked. We're gonna go with it. That one beaten to the ground. Sosa's there. Clean throw to first. That's a nice 1-2-3. So far we have 2 hits. Oh no, that's the Tigers. 5 hits. Okay. I was like, I thought we had more than 2. All right. And Dahlbeck joins the home run party. Pummeled. Bashed 426 feet. Bobby Dahlbeck rounded the bases, his 8th home run. I mean, that thing was crushed. 107 off the bat. And it goes 426 out into left center. Casey Mize, if the Cy Young was awarded to players who threw fastballs down the middle, he would be Cy Young candidate of the year. Gifting us with 2 homers. That one actually a splitter that hangs up. We have yet to see anyone warming up in the pen for Detroit. It seems like they're content, at least so far, with Casey Mize. As Lennon Sosa flies out. Now the catcher, Henry Davis. Again, struggling,
Wood.
but I feel like his potential is there.
0-1.
Maybe not. Good timing. We don't make any contact. Now, really late on that high fastball. 0-2. Not our best at bat. And then we go down on the slider. I mean, that one's close enough. I feel like you kind of got to protect. But we swing through it very early. And Terrell Tatum. 0 for 1 today, 0 for 4 in the last game with 2 strikeouts. Let's see if we can get him a big league hit here. He doesn't have many so far in his time at the majors. He's just a bench bat. But you never know who can be a hero. You never know who might step up and be the next, be your next star. Is it going to be Terrell Tatum? Probably not, if we're honest. But you never know. Pops up the fastball right up the middle. Flagged down in center. The Dahlback adds another run. We are very slowly building a lead. All right. Energy's still up there. I think Eder can probably go 6. Depending on how quick we can vanquish these batters here in the 5th.
That's
approaching 70 pitches.
1-1.
And we can't obviously go curveball every time for a punch out. But it has worked well, so we will go back to it.
No, ball.
Pretty close.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Pretty close. That's a good take. All right. I probably won't be on for like another few hours if I am on tonight for Warzone. But I will text you, J-Ro, if I'm on. Another punchy for Eder. I don't know if we have the B squad up here from Detroit, but we haven't really seen a ton of resistance so far. Oh, there we go. Right on cue. Andy Ibanez gets a single out to center. First time the curveball, I think we really even see much contact at all.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Now, Javi Baez, he's the guy that just swings at absolutely everything, right? Struck out 125 times in 500 at-bats. It's not good.
Ball.
Looks to be
2
patient
balls, no
enough
strikes.
there. Nice.
2-1.
Out in front of the change. We go to the curveball. Fouled off and very early. Seems like he's hunting a fastball. You know what? We're going to give him one. Bottom of the zone, see if we can get a ground ball. Kryto, MVP. Thanks for coming back, bud. Appreciate you being on the stream. The Birmingham Barons. Yeah, that's the double A squad, right? If I remember correctly. Oh, J-Ro. I don't mean to break your heart, brother. All right, and we get the noti. The Eder is getting pretty tired, although still pitching really well as we approach about 85 pitches. Number 84 coming in, and that's good enough. We get the ground ball. We get the out. But yeah, the Barons, Kryto, that's the AA squad, I believe. Are you from Birmingham? Is that how you know? All right, we need to go to the pen here. I would love to leave Eder in, but and our only lefty is absolutely tanked. So it looks like it's going to have to be Shane Smith and Eli Morgan to wrap this one up, which is not great. Shane Smith, I mean, with a 3.38 ERA, but Eli Morgan, we traded for him. Let's get a look at him. I mean, we traded for him for a reason. He's 28. He's got some pretty nasty ratings. He's going to be the guy. And we're still facing off against Casey Mize. Oh, okay, so you're just familiar, but you're not from Birmingham. I gotcha. And Rojas is going to get himself another hit today. Casey Mize just going with the age-old strategy of throwing strikes right down the middle. He's been absolutely pummeled today for it by a bad White Sox lineup. And Ruiz is going to face off against the lefty. Now, I wouldn't say that Ruiz crushes lefties, but he hits lefties way better than right-handed, although whiffs there. I mean, that's just a beautifully located pitch. Do want to quick ask Kryto J-Ro in the chat here, how is the mic audio? On streaming Warzone yesterday, I noticed the mic audio was like really quiet. Does it sound okay?
Ball.
Can you hear me well enough over the game? Ooh, we got on that sweeping curve. Sounds good. All right, perfect. Thank you. And Lil Willie, I want to help you make a roster. I don't know how much help I could be. I wouldn't know what to do. I mean, that's just kind of a disgusting defensive play. The flip, the one-handed leaping grab, and the throw to first. Decent swing from Ruiz, just put on the ground, and unfortunately just a really, really good defensive play. So Detroit pulls the double play. And now Talkman up. This team has had problems in the past hitting the sinker. And so far, Brant Herter is absolutely painting. Ooh, ugly swing. Talkman goes down. That sweeper was absolutely filthy. That one had some huge break. And that's a quick inning for our offense. All right, Eli Morgan, 7 games so far. 6 2/3, an ERA of 2.7. So we traded him for, I think, Benintendi.
That missed. That's a ball.
I mean, that's actually just a perfect pitch. We don't get rewarded for it. But let's see what the kid can do. Okay. That one hit pretty deep. But unless it touches grass or touches the chairs, it does not matter. It's still an out.
Nope, ball.
Trying to get a feel for this fastball. Ooh. And Riley Green got a good feel for that fastball. Hit hard right back up the middle for a single.
Ball.
Okay, that's actually not a ball. So a couple strikes we haven't gotten to go our way. So that's all right. That is baseball. See if we can bend a slider out here. Get a swing and miss.
Ball. 2-2.
And he's already getting tired.
That's a ball.
I know he came in with... Didn't come in with full energy, but would like him to be able to go longer than 2 batters.
Ball 4.
All right, not looking great. I don't think we have to panic quite yet. Veerling, 57 power. Could drive one out.
Ball high.
But I really need Eli Morgan to throw a strike here. I know we've gotten some unlucky calls. And that one, going with the right down the middle approach, probably not the approach we want to take. And they're just not biting on the slider at all.
Ball.
Okay. Umpire trying to get Detroit back in this one. Just absolutely blowing calls left and right. We're actually going to go back to the changeup. Even in a 3-1 count, that's not really the go-to pitch. There we go. We had not gotten a single swing on the slider. So I thought maybe we throw in for a strike and they sit on it. We do get a swing and a miss. So great result there.
Yeah. 0-1.
And if they're just going to sit on fastballs, we just might throw off speed in the zone. Pitch backwards a little bit. And that one hit pretty hard, but Talkman's under it. Detroit leaves a couple base runners on again. And we get out of it. Still only a 3-run lead, so this is not like insurmountable at all. And we're going to have to go to Shane Smith, who's having a decent year, but those ratings kind of scare me.
Ball.
All right, back up against Herter, who's pitched really well so far. Kept everything in the bottom of the zone. That one gets left up. Baez with the play and the throw to first. And Vaughn just not fast enough to leg that one out.
Ball. 1-0.
We need to try and lay off these sinkers. Look for fastballs.
That's a ball.
Or maybe like a slider left up.
2-0.
Might have to take some strikes here. Yikes. Curveball left way up. Definitely a pitch you can drive.
That's foul.
And then the sinker.
Ball.
Okay. Jolk's working a pretty good at bat here. Gets to a full count. And down on the changeup. Out ahead of it, I believe. I don't think that was timed up particularly well. Very early. I think it's the first time we've seen the changeup so far from Herter. Dahlbeck, who had a home run earlier. And a great play from second. Colt Keith with the diving effort. Beautiful defensive play. That's the second time we've seen a really good defensive play from Detroit. And I think this might be our first user-controlled experience with Shane Smith. He was a Rule 5 draft pick.
0-1.
Who I was not excited about having on the team. He's our lowest rated reliever.
0-2.
But he's pitched really well. And we get through Jake Rogers. If we take a look here, Shane Smith, I mean, just the per nines are not good. Doesn't have a ton of velo. Doesn't have a ton of break. I don't know if we're just getting lucky and we're just waiting for him to get shelled. I mean, that's a fastball down the middle. But so far, so good. 2 up, 2 down.
Hee-haw!
And Javier Baez, just kind of weird. Known for just swinging out of his shoes at everything, and takes 3 strikes in a row without taking the bat off of his shoulder. Shane Smith putting in work. Goes 1, 2, 3. All right, now we're going to see Tommy Canley. Canley, I think is how it's pronounced. He's kind of nasty.
That missed. That's a ball.
He's kind of nasty. Oh, and that one's going to squeak through. Lennon Sosa. It's his second or third hit of the day, I believe. That one not hit particularly hard. But a changeup left up. Gets poked through. Ooh, just a little behind the fastball. Just a little behind the fastball. I don't know if we were behind on that one. We were. Really? Does Henry Davis just have a really slow swing? He must have. Because we were even late on the changeup, and I felt like we timed that one up pretty well. Also, vision at a 39. And that rating dictates the player's vision, like their ability to make contact on pitches, combined with contact. It expands the zone at which you can get good timing swings. Hopefully I explained that well. So, that's tough. Davis goes down. I think that's his second or third strikeout.
Ball.
And now Terrell Tatum hitting under 100. So at .048, that means out of 100 pitches, at 100 at bats, he's going to average 4 hits out of 100. Not good. Definitely not good big league numbers. But he's off the bench today, giving some guys a rest. Let's see if he can get on one.
Ball.
Or at least make Tommy Canley work. If we can get deep into a count, maybe we work a walk. Tatum's got good speed. And he's hanging in there. See, I mean, that's a changeup right down the middle with a good timing swing. But the contact rating is so low, we don't get it. We don't get a hit. That's kind of how that works. But he's hanging in there, and we love to see it. And he works a walk. Great at bat for Tatum. He actually gets Canley, and they're going to pull him. Okay. So Canley gets 2 on with 2 outs. No, only 1 out. And now we back up to the top of the lineup with Josh Rojas, who had a solo shot earlier in the game. Let's see what he can do here with 2 on. He's 3 for 3 on the day. Versus Foley, who throws absolute gas. And we're a triple shy of the cycle as well. A triple seems unlikely, especially down 0-2 against a really good pitcher. Or at least he's got really nasty stuff. Okay, Rojas 71 clutch rating, so that overrides his contact rating.
Ball. Red.
I felt like we timed that one up pretty good. It was good timing. We just swung right through it. What is his hit per 9? Only 73. Okay. And now Ruiz, though, he has like 89 clutch. So that means now his contact rating is 89, even though his contact versus righties is much lower. Hopefully, I'm explaining the game mechanics well enough. That one hit right back up the middle. Hits the pitcher. He goes for 2 and does not get the play. Ruiz with really good speed, so I don't know if he was trying to get a double play. I don't know if Foley thought maybe Ruiz was too fast. But that one comes off his ankle. And they get no outs. And now we have bases loaded from Mike Talkman, who also, I think, has pretty good clutch rating. Goes after the first pitch. It's going to be an easy ground out. That was a good pitch to swing at. We got good timing. I don't hate it. We just needed to elevate that one. And we leave the bases loaded, which is not ideal. All right, here in the top of the 8th, we will get Penn Murphy up. He's really low on energy, so he can only go the 9th. Assuming it's still going to be a close situation.
1-0.
And in case you are unfamiliar, in order to qualify for a close, your team has to be winning within 3 runs. Right? So, say you're up 5 runs, your closer comes in and gets the win. That does not qualify as a close on the stat line.
2-2.
Kind of weird. Beautiful pitch from St. Smith. He gets another K looking. I don't know what's going on with these Tigers batters. But so far, the last 2 have just not taken their bat off the shoulder. And that one hit pretty hard. Tatum's under it, though. And that's 2 away. It took me a while to understand how a pitcher gets a win in baseball. Because it's really weird.
Inside.
They have to pitch, I believe it's at least 5 innings, or maybe 5 1/3, something like that. But they have to pitch a certain number of innings. The team has to be winning when he exits the game, and then they also have to obviously win the game. So it's like you could pitch, say, 6 scoreless, and your team's up 1-0, and then the final score is like 13-12. You still get your team still wins, and you get a win on your stat line. It's just, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. All right, we're going to face off against Alex Lang. He's having a pretty good season. 3.52 ERA in 30 innings. He's got a knuckle curve, a sinker, a four-seamer, a changeup. All right. That four-seamer had some really weird movement to it. I'm not excited.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Let's hope that Lang just can't hit the strike zone. That would be ideal.
2-1.
Looking good so far. Still a really close game. And we know the bullpen could absolutely implode at any moment. So any additional run support would be great.
We got a full count. That's ball 4.
And Andrew Vaughn works the walk. We've had a trouble laying off those curveballs.
Ball, that's high.
But so far, Lang having a tough time finding the zone. Only 2 strikes in his last 5 pitches.
1-1.
Catches the bottom of the zone there with the changeup.
2-1.
I mean, that's a terrible curveball landing there, but there's also just not much you're going to be able to do with it, swinging at that. So you kind of just take it, work another full count. And we swing on ball 4. I said we have been doing, teams struggle a little bit hanging on, like making contact on the curve. We're out in front of that one. And we could have back-to-back walks. That one, right down the middle. And Bobby Dahlbeck already with a home run on his line today. Misses out on another great pitch to do that with. That sinker is filthy. Holy. That one, however, misses by a lot. Good timing, but just can't drive it. That one beat into the ground, right back up the middle. Looks to be a double play, and it is. Second double play turn by Detroit so far this game. All right. Shane Smith versus Spencer Torkelson. Or is it? It's not going to be. It's going to be Penn Murphy. Our closer. 2 ERA. Appeared in 73 games. And he's pitching well. We're going to give him an opportunity for another close. And we're going to get a first pitch out versus Spencer Torkelson. Arguably just maybe a little bit of bad luck from these Detroit hitters. We've thrown some very hittable pitches. Those last 2 included. 2 fastballs pretty much right down the middle at 88. And they're hit well, but just not well enough. And now I think we just chuck some stuff low in the zone. get a quick 2-0 count, or sorry, 0-2 count. And then it goes down on the slurve. Murphy's elite. That's the third time we've seen him so far in this stream. And we've seen 3 excellent closes out of him. Really good game for the squad. Rojas goes 3 for 4 with a homer. Dahlbeck homers. Lennon Sosa goes 2 for 3. Talkman 1 for 4. And a great win from Jake Eder. Pitches 5 solid innings. Only allows 3 hits and 1 walk, 7 strikeouts, and no earned runs. That is a quality start for Eder. You love to see it. You love to see it. Big win. Does it mean anything this year? No, because we're not going to the playoffs. But you'd love to see some progress. All right. So then we said we wanted to go and face the Yankees, who I assume are having a good year. It's just my face cam is covering up their record. So let's get to that series. Cooper Hjerp. I got to figure out how to pronounce that name. It's probably like Herpe. The J is silent. Anyway, he pulled his leg muscle. He's out for a few days. We'll keep him active. Tyler Gilbert down in AAA. Has a shoulder strain, out 2 weeks. We'll actually keep him active too. Cooper's back. And we find ourselves in a high leverage situation versus the Braves. Never mind. Sosa needs a triple to hit for a cycle. I'll pass on that one. I mean, great for him. Let's see if he got it. No triples, so he didn't get it. That's okay. I don't know who constructed that lineup, but that was criminal. Tatum hitting second. And why are we winning all these games? Royals up by 1. It's a 1-0 game here in the 10th. We got a chance to come in and walk it off. Let's see if we can do it. You're doing another NFL relocation. Very nice. Who's moving? What's the new team? I remember, Kryto, you have some amazingly creative ideas for your franchises. We're facing off against former A's legend Lucas Erceg, throws 102. We almost took him deep. That's a slider we could have punished. We're late on that? Okay. All right. Back-to-back sliders. We fan on him. What do we think Erceg's going to send us next? 102, painted on the black. Jesus. I mean, he was good pitching for the A's. Seems to be doing quite well here in KC. How is he doing? I just got to see. Yeah, 2.92 ERA. He has 42 saves. He has blown 6 saves. So this is an opportunity to make it number 7. 100 up. And we're early? Okay. Oh, that one popped up. Casey's going to get out of it. Dang, Erceg is nasty. Absolutely filthy. And just nothing. I mean, only 3 hits the entire game. That's kind of what we expect out of the squad. All right, so your head coach is Brian Dayball. Kevin O'Connell is OC, and Dennis Allen is DC. You move Jacksonville to Portland, Oregon for the Snowhawks. I've honestly never heard of a Snowhawk. But that's kind of a cool mascot, honestly. It's kind of cool. So we kind of went on a little bit of a tear here in the month of August. We end up going about 500, I think. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 wins to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we actually go about 66 win percentage. That's actually really nice. Really, really nice. We're now over the Guardians. We've almost doubled the win total from last year. So I think, all things considered, we got to think that this is probably a pretty successful year. Honestly, given how bad the team was last year, one of the worst in Major League Baseball history, to come back and to win, be on pace to win about 65, 70 games, I feel like is a big win for the organization. All right, I want to take on the Yankees. We got Eder again, Perez, Gibson, and Bryce Wilson to pitch with. Bryce Wilson's another young guy that we really like and has pitched well. I feel like it's going to be one of these three guys that we want to use. We just used Eder. I don't know if we've pitched with Wilson yet. I cannot remember. Or Martin. I know we pitched with Bryce Wilson. Davis Martin. He hasn't pitched particularly well in his last few games. Also, great addition here. Just throwing that out there. Like, the recent games tab is so cool. I love the analytics that they've introduced in MLB The Show 25. Big fan. Big fan. I always like to go with the guy who's struggling. He is improving overall. So let's hop in here with Davis Martin against the Yankees. Game 4 of the series, right? Maybe I'm an idiot. Eder, Perez, Gibson. Oh, I guess he just pitched. That's why I thought we had that ability. All right, in that case, yeah, he must have just pitched. That's why I thought he was an option. In that case, let's hop in with the young gun. Let's hop in with Bryce Wilson. Here in Game 4 of the series and see how we can do. Zach DeLoach is no longer injured. Auto-utilize that. Finger contusion, out for 10 weeks with a finger bruise. That feels kind of weird. Keep him active. We don't care. Oh, excuse me. I had to sneeze. All right. We have taken one game out of from this New York series. If we win this one, we will have split the series. And then after this, we will have September call-ups, where we might look to maybe bring up some of our AAA pitchers, which is where kind of the top prospects of our team lie. Bryce Wilson on the bump. We got some guys that are tired. Corey Lee's hot for some reason. Blazing hot, hitting 205. Sure. Put him in, and then Henry Davis can play the outfield, right? He can play right field. But we don't need to... Let's put Julks in center. And we will actually put our catcher in the outfield. Just get him some reps. Got to get these young guys as much experience as they can. Get them ready. Because they're probably going to be our everyday starters next year. And I think that's pretty much everyone who needed a rest. Rojas, whose potential has gone up too, has gone from C to B potential and a 70 overall. Unfortunately, he's 30 years old. But that's going to be it. So we'll move some outfielders around. We bring in Corey Lee, who apparently is hot at the plate, hitting a crisp 205. Bottom of the barrel for Chicago. I'm going to say that. Wow, he's hitting 371 over the last 10 games. But I think we've definitely beat expectations for the year. I think, and 4 home runs in his last 10 games. That's actually nasty. Breaking news on the franchise. What's up, Vieira? Thanks for joining. I appreciate you. Trade Trevor Lawrence and Jacoby Myers for a first round and a second. I feel like that's quite a lot for Lawrence and Jacoby Myers. Unless maybe it's later in your franchise and they're 90 overall players. All right, Bryce Wilson. ERA is not bad, around a 3.5. The whip a little bit high. An inauspicious start to this to the 4th game in the series versus the Yankees. First pitch, and Chaz Chisholm Jr., former face of the Miami Marlins franchise, hits the Euro step on home plate and crushes the first pitch of the game, 410 feet. Not the ideal start to the game. I'll put it that way. But it's only a solo shot. Everyone knows behind Corey Lee, our offensive production is likely to be unmatched. I'm not being facetious at all. Bellinger stays alive. Just catches a piece of that slurve. There we go. Nice snag from Rojas at third base. Now Aaron Judge. Can't wait for him to hit a home run off of us. Hey, we'll take that. We'll take that. Aaron Judge with a pop-up. And now Giancarlo Stanton. Not having his best year, hitting 217. And he pops up. All right, so first pitch, bad. Rest of the inning, fine. Chaz Chisholm Jr. blasts one out into center. And no one else reaches. We're going to be facing off against Clark Schmidt, cutter, sweeper, sinker, and knuckle curve. And we get a pitch to hit. But it is foul. Oh, yikes. Rojas fans on the cutter. That thing absolutely flew in on the hands. Tough swing. But Ruiz gets one. and sends it right back up the middle. Excited about Ruiz and his long-term prospects for the team. Is he going to be the face of the franchise? No. Is he going to be a superstar? Probably not. But he very well could be. Could be getting snagged at first. Oh. That's tough. Ruiz gets picked off. Talkman, though, hitting close to 300. That's someone, even though he's older, I think like 32? 34, never mind. But those numbers are good.
Ball 3.
Could have easily been a trade candidate, but at his age, I just didn't really feel like we could get much for him.
No, that's a ball.
All right. That's an awful call from the umpire, but it works in our favor. And we get our first base runner. Actually, second. Forgot about Ruiz, right? Who just got hosed at first.
1-0.
All right, now let's see what Andrew Vaughn can do. He's been kind of up and down. At times our best hitter, now hitting around 220. Evidence there by going 0 for 4 with a strikeout in his last game. Beats a cutter into the ground.
Yeah, you're out.
They take the lead runner at second. And we're back up with Bryce Wilson, who, all things considered, did okay. Austin Wells looks like he's straight out of the 80s with that mustache. Looks like his favorite thing to do is to go watch Baywatch and chain smoke Marlboro Reds. And swing through pitches. Austin Wells goes down. What a bum. All right, so we got the sinker down, the cutter down, and then the changeup underneath of it. Probably not like an elite pitch sequence and location, but it worked. First K for Bryce Wilson. Get that confidence back up after a first pitch home run to start the game. Okay.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Seeing some swing and miss stuff out of Wilson. And an absolute dot. Up and out on the top of the zone. Back-to-back Ks. And I imagine Bryce Wilson probably a guy that's going to be in the rotation for the next 3 or 4 years. So, got to feel good about what we're seeing here. Nice grab from Rojas on the hot corner. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. Okay. If we can at least stabilize our pitching, that really helps. That really helps because blasted! Corey Julks goes yard! 417 feet. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pack your bags. Next stop, Pound Town. That one crushed. 109 off the bat. A sweeper left up in the middle of the zone. And a no-doubter. And this game is tied. Henry Davis in the outfield today. Gets onto one. Good to see some positive hard hit contact from him. So far, all we've seen today since his trade has been a lot of swing and miss and some foul balls. Maton hits one back up the middle. Okay. Maybe starting to see Clark Schmidt a little bit. Hit the ball pretty hard in this inning. Wow, that sinker had some movement to it. And that's a foul out. Schmidt gets his second out of the inning. And we're hoping for a little 2-out rally, extend this one run we got so far.
Nope, that's inside.
Do you like the cutter we see pretty well? The sinker, maybe not so much. And there's that cutter. We didn't time it up terribly, but again, just popped up. But Julks puts a Jolt. How can I make that work? I'm trying to say he put a jolt into it. Julks with the jolt. I don't know. I'll have to workshop that one. Need to make that one work a little better. But Julks jolts one to left field. 400 plus home run. And now Bryce Wilson versus Anthony Volpe.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
See if we can wipe him out on the slurve.
Ball 2.
He takes.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Okay. Early on the fastball. So he's sitting heater. Let's go changeup. Oh. Tough play at second. That ball not hit hard, but just hit into no man's land. And I mean, that's not an easy throw to make from third. I can't lie about it. That's not an easy throw, but it goes well over the head of the second baseman. We have 2 on, runners on the corners, no outs.
0-1's the count.
Chaz has already hit a monster shot. Would love a punch out here.
No, that's foul.
Because the ground ball likely scores a run.
3.
And we get the punchy. Bryce Wilson, high leverage situation. And he gets some revenge on Chisholm. Now we can just play for the double play. Just chuck some sinkers in there. See if Bellinger wants to roll over on one. And then a change up in that same spot. He swings through it. No.
Oh, that's out.
He takes.
That's a ball.
Not a bad pitch though.
3.
And a beautifully located fastball up and in. Bellinger's not happy about it. Check the replay. Wilson's got a picture to hang up on the fridge at home. It's a fastball painted up and inside. Oh, that was corny, but I love it. So, you know, like the kids bring home the paintings from school to hang up on the fridge, painted a fastball. I'm not gonna lie, I think that's pretty funny. And then Aaron Judge with another ground ball. Sosa taking his sweet-ass time. But gets the play. Bryce Wilson gets out of a jam. And we got our 1, 2, 3 hitters up. Top of the lineup. We hit Clark Schmidt pretty hard in the last inning. He also got us to foul out a couple times. Breaking news in the franchise for Kairito. Got Joe Milton and Anthony Richardson on trades. Okay. Anthony Richardson.
That's a
A lot of promise.
1-1.
I feel like the Colts have already given up on him, though.
Outside, that's a ball.
Okay. Good AB so far from Rojas. Ooh.
2-2 the count.
Cut her out a lot of bend. Recognized it too late, and we just sit on it. Broken bat on the knuckle curve. I had to swing to protect there on the black. Was hoping that would bend out. Ooh. We take the cutter and pull it. It's actually not a bad swing. Just not a great result. But a cutter in on the hands, you get out ahead of it and pull it. We don't hate that. All right, Ruiz, 2 for 9. Lifetime versus Schmidt. 1 for 1 today. This dribbler to short.
You're out.
Good play. Ruiz, though, good speed. He's going to win a few of those against a less talented shortstop. Anthony Richardson's going to sit. I like the play. Kind of what we're doing here. We have a lot of young guys. Wow, that was a pitch to absolutely demolish. We got a lot of young guys, a lot of good prospects, but they're not playing this year. They'll probably have to play next year. Well, not have to, but coming off of a good year this year, or at least the year where we probably beat expectations. A lot of these young guys with a year in the minors are going to have to come up and play. And there, I mean, there you go. Tale of the tape there. Worst in the league in innings pitched. Oh, because it's specifically for starters. Whip around 1.5. I missed the rest of it. But all of them were bad. So really no need to look at it. Our starting pitching, which feels weird because, like, if you look at our starting lineup, we're not seeing awful numbers. So I'm kind of surprised that we're 30th. Doesn't feel like we're 30th, but apparently we are. How do we do against Stanton here? Cut her up, sink her in, slurve away, and then we get the punchy. I'm liking Bryce Wilson. And I guess I can understand it because I did notice heading into this game, Wilson here, good ERA. but a pretty high whip.
Ball one.
A pretty high whip.
2 strikes.
And if you are unfamiliar with baseball stats terminology,
2 balls, 2 strikes.
the whip stands for, I wanted to see that pitch. Not a good one. Cutter gets blasted, 110 off the bat by Austin Wells. Hard hit, but only a single. Only a single. So whip stands for walks and hits per innings pitched. So regardless of whether it's a home run or a single, a hit's a hit, a walk's a walk.
3.
And so if you have a whip of, say, like the team whip is like 1.5. So that means every inning on average, the team allows 1.5 base runners. And that was like dead last in the league.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Nice. So a little lesson in baseball terminology and stats, and a nice inning. Another nice inning for Wilson. He gets through the 4th. Nice. Nice.
Counts 1-0.
All right. How's Clark Schmidt doing? Energy's still way up there. Only at 31 pitches through 3 innings. Need to make him work harder. But I feel like we haven't had many base runners. Good curveball there. All right. Sit back on the cutter. Push it opposite field. Give it a good ride out to right, but nothing there. Our hero of today, Corey Julks,
Ball 1, no strikes.
who put us on the board in his last at-bat. He also pushes the cutter opposite field, but right to the second baseman. And Henry Davis. What's he got? 0 for 1 today.
Nope.
Hitting below the Mendoza line at 194. Two great pitches by Clark Schmidt
Ball 2.
so far to start us off. That sweeper coming back in. Absolutely painted. We got a swing to protect in that spot. And that one also hit pretty well. The cutter we can hit. The cutter we can hit. We're not getting the results every time, but we're timing it up pretty well. Carrito wanting to build through the draft. I like that. Probably a strategy we'll have to employ here for the White Sox as well. First draft was not great. It wasn't bad. I just call it an average draft. We kind of whiffed on our first pick.
Ball 1.
That should have been strike 3. Fans don't like the call. I don't either, but that's baseball. Still gets a strikeout on Volpe with the sweeper. Or the slurve, sorry, right? His is a slurve. But the way that the free agency system this year in MLB The Show is drastically different than what it's been in previous years. It used to be in previous years, if you had the money, you could basically just have a whole new starting roster. After a year of free agency, if you had the money. But this year,
No balls, 2 strikes.
you know, big free agents are not going to want to come to small market teams, especially. Yo, Chaz gets sat down badly. Absolutely swords at the slurve. And Wilson with another quality inning, keeping us in this game. Our offense not looking great. We've had a few hitters here and there, but it's never really felt like we've had multiple base runners. Like we're not really getting guys in position to score. And that curveball is just painted on the black. And there's another one. Looked like it was going to be down the middle. It was down the middle, but a little bit low. And we're early on it. There we go. Lennon Sosa gets us back on. A single with a runner on. We need to build from here. We're back to free agency, which is probably next stream. I think we'll have the off season. I mean, these are hittable pitches, and we're hitting them. We're just not really driving them. Only 71 off the bat of Corey Lee. And for the 4th time, we'll come back to free agency. ADHD, man. It's fun. Free agency. Yes. Big name players do not want to come play for small market teams that are losing. So we are going to have to likely build through the draft. Get probably a key player or two. And by key player, I mean someone hopefully in the top like 50 available free agents. Get to a point where we are competitive for a wild card spot. And then maybe we can land a big fish. Then maybe we can get a star that wants to come play on the south side of Chicago. But I feel like it's going to be a year, like one season at least after this one, at least, before we're going to see that. Full count, really important at bat here. And we draw a walk. Estuary Ruiz has a single and then got picked off at first. Has phenomenal clutch rating, and we have a runner in scoring position. And we send one back up the middle. The runner coming home. The throw is nowhere near in time. Ruiz with an RBI single puts us up in the 5th. Cutter right down the heart of the plate, 90 clutch rating. Now Talkman up, he also has, I think, a pretty high clutch rating. And I mean, that was a pitch to crush. That cutter right down the heart of the plate. And we have a real chance to get ahead big in this game. Our best hitter at the plate. And he beats it right into the ground, but that is another RBI single. Back-to-back singles right back up the middle, and back-to-back RBIs. All right. That's another great pitch to take a hack at. We just don't get the result. But we get ahead. The offense comes alive. We get some base runners in scoring position. And we don't miss. Now we need Bryce Wilson to hold. Only 63 pitches through 5 innings. He is getting a little sleepy. He's getting a little tired. Unlike my dog, who is like right up in my grill. What do you want? What are you doing? Shane Smith pitching well, but I'm just scared he's going to get shelled. 54 overall. And we'll get Joe Kelly up. Let's see if Wilson can get through one more inning. We got to go through the heart of the lineup, the 2, 3, 4 hitters. Starting with Cody Bellinger. Oh, Bellinger leads off with a single. No panic. Wilson's gotten out of multiple jams so far this game. But Aaron Judge has also hit nothing but weak contact. He's popped up and grounded out so far. Jolt's charging. Doesn't get to it. Okay, now we can worry a little bit. Judge is pumped. That's actually like not the worst pitch I've ever seen. Giancarlo Stanton, only 49 contact. Wilson has the stuff to induce a ground ball.
Hey! 1 ball, 1 strike.
A ground ball double play, and then maybe he can finish this inning.
No, that's low.
Or maybe not. He's in the red. A punch out would be okay.
Down to 3 and 2.
But that's not good. We're going to have to pitch the contact here. And we're just going to chuck a sinker and hope for the best. We get the double play ball. We get the double play. Great play from Sosa. That ball hit really hard. But he comes in, tags second, gets to throw the first. And I think that's got to be it for Wilson. We are going to go to Kelly. He's just infinitely better than Shane Smith. Although, statistically, he's playing so much worse. So, really good outing by Wilson. I'm really happy with the way he pitched. We got crazy-ass Joe Kelly coming. Dude's an absolute maniac, but he throws absolute heat. And a 234 hitter. It's the Marlboro Man. Oh my God, that one just sneaks past the third baseman. And a better throw gets the out. Opportunity missed. We could have ended the inning. Austin Wells is so excited. He can't wait to go chug a beer and beat his wife. No, that's not an indictment on the character of Austin Wells. I know nothing about him. He just looks like, it's just that mustache. He looks like a guy who pounds Miller Lights, chain smokes cigarettes, and possibly beats his significant other. Probably got a little carried away with that one. A phenomenal human being, and I wish no ill will on him. I'm only remarking on assumptions made based off. Oh, you little. Oh my God. My dog just ate the remote to the soundbar. Your mom's gonna be so pissed at you. I'm pretty upset. All right, I'm gonna have to take a quick pause to make sure he didn't grab any other remotes. I will be back in 30 seconds. All right, so the remote to the soundbar is absolutely toast. I doubt this thing works. Hopefully it does, but I doubt it. So, having a bad dog moment right there. Not ideal. Not what you want to see when you turn around. Like, oh man, sounds like my dog's chewing on something weird. Turns out he's destroyed one of your remotes. All right. Julks is up. Tied this game in his first at-bat. I believe it was his first at-bat. With a solo shot to left. We have a very slim margin. See if we can add to it. Luke Weaver comes in, chucks 3 straight balls. We're not swinging. Because despite the heroics to get us on the board, Julks is a 200 hitter. So working a walk is more likely, I think, than getting a hit. We just got to take some pitches. We've seen that called for a ball today, so now we got to at least swing to protect. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was a slider or something. I should have looked at the pitch options. That thing had a lot of bend to it, and it looked like it was heading out of the zone. But instead catches the upper part of the zone. Good pitch. Definitely fooled by it. And Henry Davis in another tough spot. 0 for 2 today.
Inside ball.
And I would be happy just seeing him make some solid contact consistently. Seen a lot of swing and miss, a lot of foul balls. Not a lot of solid contact. Okay. I don't know if I would qualify that as solid. Only 73 off the bat. But at least he made contact. That's a step in the right direction. Nick Maton, who I believe got our little hit parade going in the last inning that eventually led to 2 additional runs and the lead. Also probably going to take some pitches. Try and work a walk. There's just too many guys on this team that barely hit 200. Tough to win a lot of games that way, obviously. Although,
2 balls, 1 strike.
We've already won twice as many games as we did last year. So, big win for the squad.
Ball inside.
All right. In a similar spot in our previous at-bat, unfortunately ended up going down on the strikeout. Learned our lesson, expected a fastball, we got one. Nick Maton hit that one pretty hard, but foul. And now we have a full count. And there's the walk. All right. Lynn Sosa. Maybe we get a little 2-out rally going?
0-1's the count.
We're late on 98.
Aye. 0-2's the count.
2 well-located pitches in the top of the zone for Luke Weaver. And we're quickly down 0-2.
Ball.
Okay. Waste fastball there. I mean, at least we've made Luke Weaver work. 19 pitches so far, number 20 incoming.
3.
And that, the cutter. Short Keen Jose Altuve collects 7 RBIs versus the Angels. What an outing. All right.
Ball, that's out.
All right. This umpire really squeezing us. Back up with Joe Kelly. He's got some velo too.
2 strikes. Ball 2.
Looking to pit Ben Rice away. Ben Rice is not a name I know. Young guy, great power. If he gets on one, could be in trouble. That one pushed foul. Wow. Sinker right down the middle. But Rice way out in front of it looked like. And Joe Kelly with the punch out. Yeah. Maybe anticipating the heater, but just too much anticipation. And just swung right through it. And a big misplay from Davis. Just does not have the speed. And a stand-up triple for Anthony Volpe. Misjudged that one. Thought we could get to it. And ends up getting past us. Joe Kelly didn't know where to go with that one. Looked like he pumped for home and then turned and wanted to get one. Ended up not making a play at all, which is the worst case scenario. And the game is tied. We followed it up with a really good double play to get a really speedy Chaz Chisholm Jr. on the back leg of that. But the game is tied. And now we're going to face off against Mark Leiter, who's pretty good and having an excellent season. 62 innings so far, 2.18 ERA and a 1.02 whip. Already a WAR of 1.4. Which is pretty good. Corey Lee, who came into this game red hot.
All one's the count.
But 0 for 2. Came in hitting like 371 in his last 10 games.
No balls, 2 strikes.
I don't know who is pitching to him.
Ball that's outside.
But would love to see him. Also, I think it was like 3 home runs in his last 10 games, which is really good for any MLB player. So hitting for power. Sinker. Absolutely tears Corey Lee up. And Rojas
Ball that's out.
up at the plate. I mean, that curveball hung up there. We turn on it, but foul. Splitter hangs up. And we're actually a little late on it. Sat back a little bit too far. Another curveball on the black. Got a swing to protect there with 2 strikes. It didn't feel like very early, but he's leaving the off speed up. We just can't time it up. I mean, not hit particularly hard, but that looked like it could have just squeaked over the left field wall if it was fair.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Ruiz having a nice day. 2 for 3 today. His average has slowly climbed since joining the organization up to a 2.55.
2 strikes.
Love to see a player get traded for and then improve. I mean, DJ LeMahieu, excellent play at the hot corner. And that likely saved at least a double. Ruiz with a ton of speed. That one gets past LeMahieu there. That's an easy double. Bellinger onto the single. He's, I believe, 2 for 3 today. I mean, fastball right down the middle. Right. This is... Okay.
No balls, 2 strikes.
So, 2 of the worst fastballs you could throw, and then the 2-seamer gets judged swinging out of his shoes. That one hit pretty hard. That one also hit hard. Oh boy. Is our bullpen going to blow this game? 2 runs given up so far.
That's outside.
Judge is not like super speedy. He doesn't have top end speed, so he's a candidate for a double play ball. It's just the problem, we don't really have the pitch repertoire to reliably get a double play. But we get a strikeout. Altavia with a beautiful slider at the bottom of the zone. And Austin Wells, who I will not disparage again. And Davis with a really good play there. Snags that one as it falls just fair. Reaching over the railing, making the snag. And now a punch out or a softly hit ball gets us out of it. Vaughn's under it. Vaughn's got it. We get out of a little bit of a jam there. But we're hitting the back end of the Yankees bullpen, which is proving to be pretty good. Now facing off against Jake Cousins. I might be crazy, but I feel like this guy is actually related to Kirk Cousins in the ML or the NFL. And we're gonna warm up Murphy. We're gonna schedule Shane Smith in. If it's tie, we're going to give the ninth to Shane. If we get a run here. Oh, God, that thing was so slow. And right down the middle. We just can't sit back on it. That was a pitch to win the game on. It's so slow. Unbelievable. Sinker at 97. And a slider at 80. We missed our pitch. I think that probably would have won us the game. Our best hitter got a hanging slider. Even that one. And we just cannot sit back on it long enough. But if we can somehow get a run across, then we'll have Murphy in the close. No way you whiff on that.
I got 3 and 2.
Cousins so far has pretty much only thrown sliders. A sinker here and there. And he throws a sinker into the dirt. We work a walk. We just cannot sit back on the slider long enough. It's feels like we're timing it up. But as soon as we sit back too long, that's when we're going to get a sinker, and then we're going to be late on it.
Off the plate, ball 1.
We're also swinging at balls. Henry Davis, if you want to just go super clutch right now. Yeah, and there's the fastball. We're so far behind it. Oh, yes! That's how you get on base right there. In Chi-Town, you got to take a shot. Takes a sinker to the back. 2 on, 2 out. Our hero is Nick Maton. Oh. No way you just swung through that. That was not too early, game. How is that too early?
That's a ball.
We're still in this one. A single could score. We gotta believe. Nick Maton. He has actually hit some really, really clutch hits for us so far in this series. We gotta believe he can do it again. That one's pretty high and pretty deep, but I think that one is foul, and it is. Gotta lock in. Slider in the dirt. We just cannot help ourselves. All right, Shane Smith is going to come in. Game tied.
Ball 1.
Okay. I've seen that a little bit too much tonight. We've seen some very good pitches not get called for strikes. And that can be a little frustrating. Big miss on the cutter, but somehow gets past the batter. I don't know how, but somehow Smith is one of our best relievers and our lowest rated.
Ball 1.
Not a ball. The umpire's absolutely killing us.
That ball's foul.
The thing about Shane Smith, I've noticed, we pitched with him now a few times. He induces a lot of foul balls. I don't know why. I mean, a two-seamer at 89, and Volpe can't connect.
Ball 1.
Oh my God. We are really getting hosed on these calls. Doesn't matter. We get the ground ball. Rojas with a bad throw. Yankees stay alive off the air. They're going to bring Oswald Peraza in to pinch run. Chaz Chisholm took a first pitch of the game. 400 plus feet. Since then, has been outrageously bad. Has grounded into a double play and has gone down swinging twice. Okay. So that hits the base, and I couldn't see the ball. Not that it would have made a difference. Chaz Chisholm, way too fast, but right now we are the poster boys for bad luck. We're getting bad calls.
Ball. That's inside.
We're getting really unfortunate luck
Inside.
on the ball
2.
placement. And now Shane Smith can't hit the strike zone. And Aaron Judge is on deck. We gotta pitch to Bellinger. I'm taking my chances against Shane Bellinger. I'm not loading the bases. For Aaron Judge. Ah! Shane Smith gets out of the jam. The umpire did his best to give the Yankees the lead. We hang in there. We deliver some good pitches. We have some really bad luck on the ball bouncing off third base. And now Fernando Cruz. 4.5 ERA is not great. The only problem is our batters are also not great. So who's going to cave first?
That's a ball. Ball one, no strike.
That's the question. Who is going to cave first?
I got one ball, one strike.
All right.
Out.
Sosa grounds out. Not the worst swing I've ever seen. Oh,
0-1.
we are just so in front of the off speed today. Can't sit back. I mean, 94 to 84. That's brutal. Corey Lee cooling off real quickly. The storyline headed into the game. Came in last 10 games hitting .371 with 3 home runs. 0 for 4 today. And now Josh Rojas is our last chance to walk this one off. Tell me we were ahead of that one. No, we could have made contact. Just early, just late, even early and late. Sometimes gets more contact than good timing.
0-2 is the count.
I mean, those are also just absolutely painted. Not our best at bats, but also just really good pitches. And now we find ourselves in a real tough spot.
Nope.
Oh my God! Oh, these umpires are absolutely killing us. And it's not like they're close. These aren't like, it's 50. Like, these are clear strikes. Oh, get there. Nice. Jolks with a great grab. Showed good range out there. Really hard hit ball by Judge.
0-1.
Oh my God. I don't know what to do with this umpire.
Nope. Outside.
I think that's got to have been at least 5 strikes that we've thrown that have been called balls. And none the other way. A walk actually isn't the worst thing because it enables the ending inning double play.
No. Ball.
I mean, that's a strike. So we threw 3 strikes, we only get 1 of them called. I already can tell Austin Wells is going to hit a home run right here. He's mad because I disparaged him previously in the game. He gets a sacrifice fly. Still, Shane Smith is absolutely pitched amazing. In fact, you could argue he's pitching perfect. He's absolutely painting on the corners. We're just have Angel Hernandez behind the plate. All right, we got out of it. We still give up one run, which is really unfortunate, but you know, we start with a base runner. We will schedule Penn Murphy in, assuming that we're going to at least tie this game. I mean, Ruiz, great clutch. They have Devin Williams. Who has a screwball. Like, I feel like we can't even attempt the screwball.
Ball 2.
That one actually goes our way. Good swing by Ruiz. Gets a fastball in, pulls it. Just can't get the barrel to it. Or maybe just the lack of power. Only 32 power versus righties. Talkman hits this one a mile in the air. We won't be able to run on it, though. So 2 really good swings so far against a really, really good pitcher. Just don't get a good result. Yikes.
0-1.
We should not even be swinging at the screwball. We got to get that out of our head. Because we're not out of it. A single could possibly score the runner. Oh my God, that was hittable.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And we're late on it? No way. And there's the cutter. That thing just shoots out of the zone. Fair. I mean, you got to feel good, though, right? We are not a good, talented team. And we hung in with one of the most talented teams in baseball. Jolts gets a home run. Ruiz 2 for 5. And unfortunately, we had great starting pitching. Held the Yankees to 1 run in the start, but then the bullpen just blew it. 3, 4, 20. Okay. All right. I don't think I have enough time to play another full game. So, and it's the last month. So we're just going to simulate the rest of the month. We'll do our September call-ups. And then we'll sim the rest of the month. Next stream for MLB The Show will be the off-season. Honestly, I feel okay with where we're at, given that we are the 30th ranked team in baseball in terms of our overall ratings. We did not have the worst record. Okay. So I guess we just have to look at the wild cards. So, my A's. No. The Athletics are the worst team in the American League. so far with only 53 wins. Looks like their pitching is absolutely destroying them. And then in the NL, the worst team is the Colorado Rockies, who have only won 45 games. We're also ahead of the Marlins, the Reds, the Nationals, on par with the Giants and the Pirates. So we are one of the worst teams in baseball, but definitely a big step up over last year. So we can feel good with that. For our September call-ups, Jonathan Cannon started the year in the majors, ended up getting shelled. So he went down to the minors and has pitched really, really well. He hasn't progressed as much as I was kind of hoping for, but we will go ahead and move him up to the MLB roster. Drew Thorpe has pitched even better. And he will also make the move to the MLB roster. So we might be carrying too many pitchers. We might have to drop one. But we'll see what they can do in the interim. Good to see some of these guys really progressing. So Noah Schultz, let's go ahead and send him up to AAA. Actually, maybe we won't. Because that whip is, 127 is not bad. All right, Noah Schultz goes up to AAA. Hagen Smith is going to come out of single A and go to double A, get a little bit of game time. Cooper Herpy? It can't be Herpy. That can't be his actual name. His name can't be Cooper Herpy. We're just going to say the H is silent. Jerpy. I don't know. This name just really bugs me. It can't be Herpy, right? That's like next level troll. That can't be it, man. Well, he's going to go to AAA. And then we're going to move Grant Taylor out of single A to double A, get him some time. It can't be Herpy, man. That can't be real life. And I think we're good. It can't be Herpy. Let's see. Martin Perez, he's 33 and he sucks. Let's go ahead and see. I really like, where'd he go? Drew Thorpe. That 89 hit per 9 rating is probably going to carry him a long way. As opposed to Cannon, who has maybe better stuff. Like with the break-ins, all that, but just his per 9 ratings are not good. So Drew Thorpe is going to be in the 5 spot. And then we'll have Cannon as long relief. And we'll see what these guys can do. In AAA, obviously we need to make some adjustments. Noah Schultz. Kai Bush. Iriarte is a relief pitcher with 76 stamina, who is pitching a 0. Well, I mean, it's only 8 innings, but 8 innings without allowing a run. It's pretty good. I have noticed that a lot of these relievers in the show 25 have, a lot of these guys have decent stamina. So they could possibly come in and be starters if they pitch well enough. So just something we need to like think about in the future, because a lot of times previous MLB The Shows, pretty much every reliever had, 30 stamina. That was it. All right, we did our call-ups. Like I said, we're just going to simulate the rest of the month, kind of see where we land. We'll go through the end of the year stats. We'll see how the guys that we brought up from AAA play, and we will also play the moments as long as we have time. All right, pin Murphy in, our closer, facing off against Jashawn Kersey. We're up by 1 in the bottom of the 9th. The Twins trying to walk it off. And we know Murphy. He's been disgusting. But he misses with his first 2 pitches. We need him to dot. That's a great pitch. We just don't get the call. A hit doesn't hurt us, or a walk. A hit could hurt us. A walk doesn't hurt us. Because that just means we can get a double play and end the inning. We're actually going to go with the slurve here. Unexpected pitch and a full count. Kersey just makes contact. And the fastball's popped up. Rojas under it. Easy snag. And one more out from the win. Way out in front of the slurve. And a hard hit ball, but a good play from Rojas to make that snag. And a good throw to first. Another win under our belt. Rojas goes 4 for 6 with a homer. That is something. Ruiz, though, 0 for 5 with a run is less than ideal. All right, finishing the series against Minnesota. They take the next 3 games on to Detroit. We get swept. Down in AA, Braden Montgomery is eligible to be reinstated from the injured list, but he's still going to be injured for another 4 to 6 months. So he will stay on the 60-day. Tim Elko is back. We'll auto-utilize that. So we lose last 3 against Minnesota. We get swept by Detroit. Bryce Wilson. Okay, it's just a little soreness. We'll keep him active. And we should have seen all the guys that we brought up. We sweep Tampa Bay. I want to see how our pitchers are doing. Brought up Drew Thorpe. He's great. 2.84 ERA, 4 strikeouts in 12 2/3. Does have a win under his belt and a very low whip of 1.15. Wilson, where is his durability? Is 77. That's not bad. Oh, that's not who. Where's our other guy? Oh, they must have put in. Yeah, so they moved Cannon in. And his debut, he went 2 2/3 out of the pen, 3 strikeouts, no hits, no walks, no earned. That's good. That's good. All right, on to the series versus Cleveland. And we get swept. Sometimes you sweep, sometimes you get swept. Baltimore, we take 1 of 3. Drew Thorpe had a tough outing. Versus Cleveland, went 4 innings, gave up 3 hits, and 4 earned, including a homer. But that's all right. He's young. This is kind of what we expected. On to our series versus San Diego. All right, so our AAA ball club finished over 500 at 85 and 65, but wasn't enough to make the postseason. But the Barons, our AA team, finished 39 and 30, and they won their division. So we will be taking on the Trash Pandas in the division series. All right, we take 1 of 3 versus San Diego. We are the bottom of the division, only winning 6 games so far this month. We're 66 and 90. Finish on the road in New York and on the road versus the Nationals. We did win our final home game, so fans have something to be excited about there. We have a chance here to get a win versus the Yankees. We're up 1 in the bottom of the 9th, 1 out, 2 on. And Murphy, who, he got sent to he got kind of relegated to a minor role, has somehow pitched 101 innings out of the pen with a 1.87 ERA and a .93 whip. That's insane.
Ball 1.
What the hell is up with these umpires?
Ball 1, no strike.
We are getting absolutely hosed. Not that it would have mattered there, but it's still frustrating. A double play ends the inning, so we got to pitch for it. We're sending sinkers at Ben Rice. We're looking for some ground ball. One more sinker, and then we're going something else. We get the double play.
Out. Out.
Old man Murphy is absolutely elite. Cannon with the win. Pitches 7, allows 5 hits, and 1 walk, gets 6 strikeouts, and only 1 earned. That's a great outing for the kid. Cannon goes Maton. It goes 2 for 3 with a homer. Ruiz 1 for 4, and Michael A. Taylor 1 for 4. Judge not even listed on the New York notable players. Maybe had the day off. And the Barons have been eliminated by the Trash Pandas. We actually take the series versus the Yankees away. That's kind of awesome. And then versus Washington, we're down 2. And Ruiz up with a bases loaded. I mean, this is the guy you want at the plate. Not a ton of power.
Outside, that's a ball.
But phenomenal clutch rating. Only hitting 173 with runners in scoring position, but has 90 clutch. It seems a little surprising. Drives that one really high into the air and pretty deep, but caught. Bryce Wilson credited with a loss, goes 6 with 2 earned. Henry Davis finally has a big game, 3 for 4 with a homer. Tough. That was a good swing by Ruiz. Doesn't have a lot of power versus righties, but drove that ball pretty hard. And last opportunity here to get a win here in the 2025 series. We're up by 1 in extras. Murphy on the bump. We actually are 14th in limiting home runs, which is not bad. Ahmed Rosario at the plate, 2 for 4 on the day. And they tie it. A dribbler back up the middle. It's an RBI single. And the game's tied. Luis Garcia puts the ball on the ground, and we work a double play. Great pitching from Murphy, great defense. Let's go ahead and finish this. Henry Davis has actually worked his average up to 233. Coming in, we got him at like 180 or somewhere around there, which means he has hit the ball pretty well, all things considered, since being with the team. And that one hit pretty hard out to left center, but caught. The runner will tag. And he advances 90 feet. So Henry Davis at least advances the runner. And let's see if Michael Taylor can give us a lead. Why are you pitching out? That's kind of insane. When you pitch like that, you're anticipating someone to try to steal a base. And you're trying to give your catcher the advantage in the throw. But a runner on third, not stealing home. And Michael Taylor swinging out of his shoes on a high fastball. Beats this one into the ground. Taylor with pretty good speed. Probably could have legged that one out, but it's ruled foul. Works the count even. And this is one pretty high and deep into right field. We're going to send the runner. The throw to the plate is way offline. And we take the lead in the top of the 11th. And Ruiz sends this down the third base line. Gloved and fielded. Throw to first. Ruiz is out. And now we need Murphy. This is the only problem with Murphy, is he's doesn't get a ton of strikeouts. He's really good at getting soft contact. And we, of course, have seen him strike out a number of batters. Not like he can't. But sometimes you really need a strikeout. Like with a runner on second, no outs. I mean, that could have easily been strike three. And there we go. Right on cue. We get the strikeout. There's 2 down. Now we can play for like a weak hit ground ball. A fly out, something. Maybe we get him to chase a high fastball. Apparently it's just me that chases the high fastball. Oh, Rojas. Please. We got exactly what we needed. A hit straight to an infielder. And he blows it. That's incredibly disheartening. And now we have to rely on our offense to score again. Which is, frankly, does not happen nearly enough. Or at least not enough that you would feel confident. Great snag by Julks. I will say our defensive capabilities in the outfield are pretty strong. Right, we start with a runner on second, and we barely get one run. Would like us to see get across a couple. But not every team's going to score every inning. We know this.
2-2.
We saw Julks hit a jolt into one in one of our games earlier. Would love to see something like that here. But working a really patient at bat. And is looking at a full count here. Drives this one pretty deep. Kind of deep. A little deep into left. Not a bad rip there. Timed it up well. And we do have Ruiz on second. He's got a ton of speed. Part of the reason why we wanted him. Good speed in the outfield. I think we can send him here. We are going to tag. We get lucky with a pretty bad throw, but it would have been a pretty close play either way. And now we just need Andrew Vaughn to put this one into play. Well, ideally get a hit. Puts a charge into this one, and that's out to the wall. Ruiz scores easily. That's a double for Andrew Vaughn. And another go-ahead RBI for the squad in the extras. They're going to pull their pitcher. Do we need to look at who we got? Lefty-righty doesn't really matter based on the splits. Just a matter of who we think has the stuff. We're going to bring Kelly in. Closer's been great. Penn's been great. But he's pitched 2 innings. That's a lot for a closer. Or at least 1+. That's a lot for a closer.
1 ball, 1 strike. No, that's a ball. 2-1. Hey!
That's tough.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That would have been a pitch to hit. Just need to get out in front of that one.
Three balls, 2 strikes.
All right. A walk here really doesn't hurt the Nationals, so they don't have to give us one to hit. And they don't. Sosa with the walk. And now Nick Maton. 59, or I think he has like 60-something clutch. And like I said, he has hit some big, he's had some big hits in some big situations. Opportunity to blow this game wide open. And we're out in front of the slider in a big way. Slider away, fastball inside. We just can't keep up with it. But we got crazy-ass Joe Kelly on the mound. The umpire's gifting us strikes. Although technically that is a strike. That's 100% a strike. Oh, Talkman's not going to get to this one. Literally the worst case scenario right there. Just a little bloop single. I'm going to need Joe Kelly to get strikeouts. This is going to easily score the runner. It's going to be another tie game. Dahlbeck with a great pick. Get out number 2. And now, assuming we don't give up another hit, we'll go into the 13th.
No ball, 1 strike.
And Talkman can't get to that one. Nationals walk us off. A hard-fought game, and we lose the last game of the 2025 season. That's a tough one. But those bloop singles, that's what kills you. All right. So that is the end of the season. Let's just take a look. We finished 69 and 93. Compared to last year, nice. But not great. Not great at all. Let's just go through the roster. We'll go through it this way. Look at some of our big winners and losers. Bryce Wilson. Definitely going to be probably a fixture in the bullpen long term. He's making $1 million. He's going to be a steal for someone that can pitch a 3 ERA, 1.2 WHIP, WAR of 1.9. That's solid. Davis Martin didn't have a good year, below average, or actually like a 4 ERA is probably like league average, maybe a little bit high, but 159 innings. He did okay. Jonathan Cannon. We saw him start the year at the major league level, went down to AAA, pitched really well, and then now back at the majors. Okay. Drew Thorpe, again, pitched in the minors the whole year, came up and got 5 starts, 28 innings at a solid 3.49 ERA, 1.2 WHIP. Did give up 4 home runs in 28 innings, which is not great. But we'll look for him to improve next year as well. In the minors, probably not worth going into these guys a ton just because they didn't even really get much actual play time. But Eder, league average, maybe a little worse. He'll be a lefty probably in the rotation next year. Gibson did well, but regressed a lot. I don't see him coming back next year. I gotta figure out how to say this guy's name. It can't be Herpy, man. Like, that's just a joke. But we'll see what he can do. And then Martin Perez, just not great. Definitely the weak point in the rotation. Relievers were actually not bad. Paul Sewald was good. We traded for him, and he came in and pitched well. Kelly was not good on a 1-year deal. He's 36. We probably won't have him back. We traded for Eli Morgan, who came in and pitched really well. So we traded for 2 players, and both came in and made an impact and played well. Clevender did not pitch well. Or did not pitch at all in the minors? I'm so confused. Altavia, Boozer, no real standouts. Closing was really good. I mean, we worked reliever of the year with Kerchak, ended up trading him away. Just really maximized his value. Penn Murphy. Ratings-wise, not great, but pitched phenomenal. 17 saves, 106 innings for some reason, with an ERA below 2, a WHIP below 1, and a WAR of 1.3. He's actually still got 3 years of team control and arbitration. So probably someone we bring back. We traded for Henry Davis, who had a career year with us, hitting .232. His bat has had a long way to go, but I'm encouraged that he came in and played well. Kyle Teal progressed as well down in the minors. Maybe he comes up and plays some outfield for us. 58 speed, can play. My dog's going crazy. Corey Lee progressing, but definitely not good. Andrew Vaughn was okay, regressed a lot versus lefties, which sucks because that's what he was supposed to be good at. But definitely could be a piece moving forward. Lyndon Sosa progressed, but didn't make a huge impact. Rojas, we saw him with some big hits, but 30 years old. Potential goes up, so that gives him definitely probably reason to at least look at him. Good defensively. And Bobby Dahlbeck sucks really bad. He's 29, only a 70 overall. Just couldn't hit the ball this year. That 26 vision is absolutely brutal. Nick Maton, I cannot wait to not play with Nick Maton. Barely hit 209. I mean, somehow hit 11 homers, but... And then Julks progressed, but didn't make... I feel like we're saying that a lot. A lot of these guys came in, they progressed, they had a year, but did not necessarily make a big impact. I mean, Michael A. Taylor, he's 33. We got to decide if we want to bring him back. Defensively, obviously, he's phenomenal. He actually ended up hitting .255 by the end of it, which is actually almost a career high for him. We did bring in Ruiz. He came in and played well. Cold at the end of the season, but hit .225, which is obviously not great, but I still think he still has a lot of upside. So we'll see how he goes. Wow. 78 at-bats, hit .038. And then lastly, Talkman, who was by far our best player, I would say, besides maybe our pitching, ends up with the season hitting 290, slugging 435. This is slightly above league average, hit 15 homers, OPS over 800, and a WAR of 1.8. We still have a year of control with him somehow at 34 years old. He is regressing, but he was by far our best player, so I don't know how we move away from him. But we'll see. We'll see. That's where we landed. Let's look at the team rankings. I mean, I don't know why I'm looking down. We should start from the bottom. We rank second to last in batting average, 24th in at-bats, 29th in runs, so just not a lot of offense, second to last in hits, last in doubles, second to last in triples, 25th in home runs. Basically, the offense sucks. RBIs, second to last. Did we steal any bags? 21st. Did we draw walks? 23rd. Struck out a lot. We didn't slug at all. Even the Rockies beat us at slugging. We only slugged 355, which is absolutely abhorrent. On base percentage, second to last in the league. Let's look at, I feel like our defense was okay. We ranked 7th in ground inning double plays, 12th in assists, 14th in putouts. Oh no. But 28th in errors. It's not good at all. Corey Lee behind the plate with 2. 28th in fielding percentage. All right. But our pitching was not bad. Or at least it wasn't awful, right? 18th in ERA. th in saves. 26th in hits allowed, runs allowed. Where's that? 25th in runs allowed. So not great. But there's definitely some bright spots here. Only 18th in earned runs. 14th in home runs allowed. So we really just allowed too many base runners. We allowed too many hits. And we probably allowed too many walks. So the hit per 9, the walk per 9, we got to improve upon. But we didn't give up a bunch of home runs, which I guess is nice. And we didn't strike many guys out. Overall, we finished 26th in win percentage. And so basically our offense was last or next to last in every category, and our pitching had some bright spots. We gave up too many hits, we gave up too many walks, but we didn't give up a ton of runs. We didn't give up a bunch of home runs. So we kind of got to keep that in mind going forward in the next season, which will start in the next stream. We'll be doing our first off season, looking to make some improvements. I don't know what free agents will be available, but we'll see. But that'll be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your time as always. If you enjoyed and you're new, feel free to subscribe. If you really enjoyed it, if you're returning, appreciate your support. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next one.